Good afternoon. It is 2:45 on Sunday. Anybody watching? How you doing? How you been? It is a chilly 0 degrees Celsius today. Friday was much nicer. Quite frankly, so was Saturday. I was surprised because Saturday was supposed to be cold and rainy. And it was a touch on the windy side, but it wasn't cold, and it certainly wasn't rainy. So yeah, I gotta fix my lid here. Hang on a second. I don't like when my coffee lid is sitting on the seam. I'm picky like that. It tends to drip. There we go. That's gooder. All right, we're set. We're happy. Awesome. So I texted my boyfriend Friday and told him I would talk to my kids and see how they felt about my coming up Saturday morning, because I was quite tired Friday. I wasn't driving anywhere after work. I was beat. And it wasn't planned in advance, so... And Boo Boo was working until like 7 or something like that. So I didn't want him to suddenly have to walk home, you know. I don't think he was dressed for it anyway. He didn't wear a warm enough coat for that. So when I got Boo Boo home, I called the boys downstairs and said, you know, are you guys good if I head over to Big Daddy's for Saturday morning? So I'll be home Sunday afternoon, you know. And of course, they were fine with it. They didn't have any... Well, Boo Boo originally had plans. His girlfriend was supposed to come by or something, I think on Saturday. And I said, well, that's fine. Just, you know, chill downstairs. Like, please, respect the rules of the house. Great. But whatever. When I went and checked in on them before I left, you know, I tidied up a little bit, took out the garbage, all that kind of stuff. Because they don't take out garbage, they don't take out recycling. So, whatever. I wanted that handled before I left for the weekend. Or I'd come home and everything would be literally overflowing. So, I handled all that. And I ran the dishwasher. I'll be very surprised if I come home to it emptied. Very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Surprised nonetheless. But I went upstairs and told each of the boys, you know, okay, I'm on my way out the door. Text you when I get there, whatever, you know, try to set the example, because I expect the same from them. So they're like, yeah. They're both playing video games or whatever. They didn't give a shit. Okay. Love you too, guys. And I moseyed on over. I left, I think, probably about a half an hour later than I was expecting to. When I'd spoken to my boyfriend Friday night, I was originally going to leave by like 8:30. Just because then I get there sooner. He was moving some stuff from the apartment he's in to his storage place. And I'd kind of said, well, I'll just slow you down. Like, I'll see you next weekend or whatever. He's moving in with me at the end of the month. So, like, it's fine. Not forever, but until the house and stuff is done and all that's kind of sorted and settled and whatever. And he was like, oh, you can help, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, awesome. Awesome. So whatever, that's fine. I said, okay, well, I'll leave here around 8:30. But he said he had a haircut at like, I don't know, 9 or something like that. And I said, okay, well, I'll leave around 9 instead of 8:30. Okay. So I got up around 8:30. Had my coffee, mucked around on my socials for a little bit, as one does. And then I realized I didn't charge my e-cigarette before I went to bed Friday night. So I thought, well, I better do that, because if I get halfway there and my e-cigarette dies, it's going to be a long drive. Like, not really, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I plugged in my e-cigarette, waited for that to charge, and watched some YouTubes, and finished off my coffee and stuff. And so by the time it was charged and I was good to go, it was like 9:30 or something. I was running about a half hour behind. So, oh shit, did I? Oh no, fuck! I thought I left my refill stuff at his place. Like, fuck, we're gonna have to turn around. I need to refill it. Damn it! No, I haven't. It's fine. It's all good. So I texted him when I was leaving my driveway and said, like, I'm gonna stop in town and get a coffee as opposed to stopping here at my usual spot halfway, because I knew my Timmy's would be pretty dead at that point in the day on a Saturday. So this place, I'm never really sure what it's going to be like here. So and I also said, please don't text me, I'm driving. If you need to let me know anything, call me, because I can do calls hands-free on my car, right? So what does he do? He texts me. So glad you read your messages, bro. Like, of the two of us, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's dyslexic. I'm the one with reading comprehension issues. Like, just come on, man. So I get to the Timmy's and I'm in the line and whatever, doing my thing as I do. And I texted him back. Well, I called him and left a message on his cell phone because he was getting his hair cut, and said, like, bro, I'm leaving the coffee shop in my town right now. I'm just going to drive straight to you. If you need anything or whatever, fucking call me. Don't text me. Like, I don't check texts while I'm driving. Call me. So I start over to his place, and I don't know, I'm driving, and motherfucker texts me again. Like, whatever. I wasn't pulling over to check a text, so I just kept going. And when I got there, because his neighbors, well, it's a house that he's in, right? But the house is turned into 2 apartments. So the people up front, I don't know, several weeks back, got their first car, and the dude can't drive. I don't know how he got a car. I don't know how far along he is in the licensing department, but he cannot be fully G'd. He just cannot. But anyway, there's always a parking issue there now, right? So when I got there, I pulled up very slowly, and kind of checked to make sure, and my boyfriend's car was there. Their car, the neighbor's car, was not. So I just went ahead and parked in the driveway. Texted my boyfriend to let him know I was there and that I'm in the driveway. I have no problem parking on the road when the other people come home, but for now I'm in the driveway. Because we had to move stuff from his place into my car and then bring it to storage, right? I'm not parking on the road trying to load my fucking car, okay? So, and I just assumed it was going to be my car. Like, God forbid we should use his car. No, we're going to use my gas. Okay. It's fine, but it's just always assumed, right? Whatever, it's fine. I had almost a full tank when I left. I am at exactly half a tank right now. So I will be stopping to fill my car before I go home. Because I don't like, once I reach the halfway mark, I need to fill my car. It's a thing. But anyway, that's fine. So he said that's fine to park in the driveway. They're not going to be back for a little bit. So, and we weren't hanging around the place. So I went in and I dropped my stuff off and, said hello and everything. And he already had he's got this great big Jesus window air conditioner. He'd already taken that out and put it in the sink. It had to drain a little bit, which is great. I didn't want it dripping in my car. So, but then I find out that all we're doing is moving this air conditioner, like nothing else. And I'm like, I'm confused, but whatever. Okay. So I sat down on the couch for a minute. We're talking, and he's so sweet. He gives me a Valentine's card, which kind of threw me because Valentine's Day is what, next week or something? And yeah, next week. He goes, yeah, but it's middle of the week, and he said, I'm probably not going to see you next weekend. So, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I said, well, you're going to get your card tardy because I didn't even think of that. Like, it wasn't planned. If I had planned for going up yesterday or on Saturday in advance, I totally would have went and gotten my card and whatever, but I felt kind of bad. Well, you'll get one, but it'll be tardy. But hey, listen, usually I get my cards tardied, if at all. So, like, I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad about it, okay? It is the cutest, cheesiest, sweetest card. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. They made him get me a mushy one for Christmas. Because he kept going on about presents and stuff, and I knew he wasn't in a position to get presents. And I'm 46 years old, okay? If I need something, I go buy it. So presents, I don't really care. I said what I appreciate is a well thought out card. So how's about you get me a nice mushy card that tells me how much you love me and appreciate me and all that kind of good shit, and stroke my ego a little bit. That would be awesome. Which he did, and he did a fabulous job. I was so happy with this card. It was nice. So for Valentine's Day, of course, I got a cute, cheesy, funny one, which is awesome. I love that too. So it was really sweet. And so that was fine. We loaded up the air conditioner and we drove by the house to check things out. I haven't seen it in probably at least a month, probably 2. And it's looking really, really nice. God, I hope he can keep it. Fuck. They have to put the pot lighting in outside. And it looks like they've got it insulated. So I'm not sure where they stopped. And at last I was there, I think they had half the shingles up. Now it's fully shingled, the roof. So, and like I said, it's dry. It's not drywalled. It's insulated. The insulation is in. From what I could see, I just looked in through the windows. I wasn't jumping up onto porches because there's no steps or anything. And I was in rather tight jeans. I wasn't trying to jump stuff. But from what I could see, it looked like it was coming along quite nice. So we walked around that a little bit, and he showed me the new pretty poles he's got. And they did take the original pole out of the backyard, thank goodness, because I thought, yeah, you watch, they'll fucking leave it there. Because they left the original one in the farmer's field, they just moved it over. But they've left the original pole where, it's so stupid. Whatever. And so that was fine. And then we continued on to the storage place and put the AC unit into storage. And then we were trying to think of what to do because he also had, his landlord was bringing some people through to check the place, and because he's got to re-rent it, right? Since my boyfriend's out at the end of the month. So we couldn't go back to the apartment. So there's a tattoo guy in my boyfriend's current town that I have been playing telephone tag with kind of off and on for a while now. And so my boyfriend was sweet enough to swing us by there, and we actually went in. And of course, he was busy with a client. I mean, it's great that the guy's busy and making his coin and stuff, but I mean, like, you don't want my money? What's wrong with my money? So I left a message. I left my name and number, and I still haven't heard back from the guy. So I said to my boyfriend in the evening, I guess it was probably about 3 or 4 hours after I left the message, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to start looking for somebody. As much as I do not trust the tattoo artists in my town, because I've had nothing but bad fucking luck. Everything I've had done in my town, I've had to have somebody else cover it up. But I'm not willing to drive into London. I don't do the highway driving. I've driven once in London. Like, I drove the back way in, or my buddy drove the back way in, and I had to drive us home for whatever reason. And it was not a good time. Very stressful. I wouldn't want to do it by myself. So I'm going to have to find somebody in my town, because I'm done chasing this guy around. He was like so down for my ideas and stuff, and getting something sketched up. Like, he made like he was so stoked about it, and now he's just completely ghosting me. So, you're that busy, good for you, but apparently he doesn't want my money. So I will find somebody who does want my money. That's fine. It'll be easier for me to get to and whatever, right? So we went and did that. And then we did go back to the apartment for a little bit. I think probably around, 2:30 or something like that. And once the people were gone, and I took a little nap. I was tired. Fuck, I was so tired. The last week or so has just been absolute madness. I was exhausted. So we took a power nap for, like an hour or so, I guess. And ended up going into London. And I didn't know that there were 2 Mandarin restaurants in London, but there are apparently. And so we went to the smaller one. This one that I've never been to. And it was really, really good. In fact, we went in and they asked if we'd ever been to Mandarin before. And my boyfriend said yes. And I said, well, we've been to a Mandarin before, but we've never been to this one before. And so, they gave us a tour of the restaurant and where everything was in there and everything. They were so nice and so professional. I was actually impressed. It was really, really nice. And then I think it was after we went and got our first plate, or just before we went and got our first plate, the owner actually came up, and introduced himself to us and welcomed us and everything. And I've never had a restaurant do that before. I thought that was so sweet. Just so he introduced himself. He said he was the owner, because they're both kind of looking at him like, huh? What's happening? And he introduced himself as the owner and said, I just want to make sure that you're comfortable and your seat is okay, and that, you were shown everything here and things were, specials and whatever were explained. We're like, oh yeah, everybody did fabulous, very, very professional, very polite. Everything is great, right? Our seating is fine. Like, I have never been in a restaurant where the owner came out and pulled that. Like, it was impressive. I have to say, it was very impressive. It felt a little bougie. And we had a very nice dinner. And then it was brought to my attention that was our Valentine's dinner. And I was like, oh, because we loves the Chinese foods. Oh, yes. Yes, we do. So that was really sweet. So we had a very nice dinner and some entertaining conversation, as we do, because we're morons and we talked about the dumbest shit. Some serious stuff, because there are things going on that we need to, talk about and work out and whatever. And so that's fine. Can't be silly all the time, I suppose. So they tell me. So, yeah, we had a bit of a serious chat, but mainly horsing around and just being silly and whatever. It was a good time. We have a good time. It was very enjoyable. We were very full when we left. You got to get your money's worth when you go to these buffets, man. I'm just saying. Holy shit. I wish I had worn anything other than jeans. Like, had I known, I would have planned my sartorial choices much more strategically. His jeans are always a bad idea. When buffets are involved. So, but it was nice. And then we drove home and grabbed a coffee, of course. And I made my boyfriend watch Suspiria, the original. He didn't understand it. I don't think he was impressed with it at all. I love that movie. Visually, I think it's stunning. It took us forever to find the English dubbed version. I couldn't remember. I've seen it before. I knew I had it. In fact, I'd watched it like a month ago. And it did take me a while to find a site that had an English dubbed version. And I couldn't remember where I'd seen it with the English dub. But it was like Popcorn Movies or something like that. I can't remember. Popcorn was in it. So yeah, we finally found the English dub version, and I'm pretty sure he hated it. But whatever, he put his head down on my lap, and I scratched his head, and I scratched his back, and we cuddled for a little bit. So he, just enjoyed some cuddle time and pretended to watch the movie. I was like right into it. I love that movie. And then I said, well, you pick the next one, because, our tastes are just so freaking different. So he went looking for something, and as he was looking, we had come across Donnie Darko, which is another odd one. And I was like, there's Donnie Darko, but I'm telling you, Donnie Darko is a trip, man. It is a trip. I gave him fair warning. With both movies, I gave him fair warning. But he couldn't find anything that he was interested in, so we watched Donnie Darko. And I don't think he liked that one. He liked it better than Suspiria, but he said with Donnie Darko, he had no idea at all what was going on. He couldn't, he's like, I have no idea. And with Suspiria, he was like, yeah, witches. But with Donnie Darko, he had absolutely nothing. He's so funny. But he was a good sport about it, whatever. He'll just sit there quietly and whatever. Like I said, he'll put his head down in my lap and I'll just kind of play with his hair and scratch his head and whatever. He's perfectly happy. When there's a movie on that I can't get into or that I think is absolute trash, I'll jump right into YouTube on my phone or Twitter or something, and he's like, what are you doing? On the Twitters, and he'll turn the movie off. Find something else. I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to bring a little bit of culture to you. I'm just saying. So yeah, I don't know. And then we got ready for bed and went to sleep and just passed the fuck out. I was so tired. He came in this morning, I think he said it was like 11:30 or something, looking for my car keys. He needed to move because when we came in to park for the night, I was parked behind his neighbors. So, and they had to go somewhere. Because I remember him saying as we were going to bed last night, if you hear some cop knocking at the door, like don't jump out of bed or nothing. Like, it's fine. You're fine. It's the neighbors needing the car moved. I was like, okay, fair enough. Thank you for the warning. You don't need to shit the bed, okay? I'm just saying. I'm very jumpy. But I guess he lost track of time. I don't know what time he got up this morning, but I guess he lost track of time and they came looking to have the car moved. So he was looking for my car keys. I said, they're in my purse, babe. Brings me my purse. You take the keys. Okay. Which I appreciate. I don't like anybody going through my purse. So that'll get your hand broken. So I took my keys out for him. He went and moved the car and everything and whatever. Of course, I was up now. I can't go back to sleep once I'm woken up. So I just sort of laid there and mucked around on YouTube for a little bit. When I heard him come back in, I got up. And I came out and walked into the kitchen, and he'd gone to Timmy's and got me coffee and a bagel. This is the sweetest thing ever. He has never done that. Ever. In the, 9 years or whatever it is that, he has never done that. I have to come out and be like, I'm going to Timmy's. And if he wants something, he'll come with me. But no, usually, especially now that I drive too, when I get up, I have to, I'm immediately all grumbling. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. When I get up, it's first thing in the morning, and I'm not happy about it, okay? So, I usually walk out all grumbly and whatever, and, all disheveled and my pajamas and whatever, and I just go immediately out to the car and I go get a coffee, okay? I don't brush my teeth. I don't say good morning. There's nothing. Just fucking don't. I need a coffee, okay? He doesn't have a coffee maker, so. But this morning I came out, my coffee was on the counter, my bagel was there. I was like, oh. I went and I gave him the biggest hug ever. I was like, you really do love me. You're so sweet. I'm so impressed. It was really, really sweet. My favorite part of the weekend to be as a matter of fact. So yeah, and then we each kind of mucked around on our socials he was on YouTube and I mucked around on Twitter and got caught up and whatever, and watched some YouTube for a little bit, and then I decided, you know what, it's like 2:15 or whatever. He's got a thing to do. He's got some buddies. They're all getting together somewhere for Super Bowl today. I guess it's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't watch it. I don't care. So I said, I guess they're getting together for 5 o'clock. I said, so I'm going to boot and get out of your hair. You can get ready and whatever. And, I said, I'll text you when I get home. And off I tottered, and here we is. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyways, it is, we're almost 30 minutes in. So I'm going to boot. I need to stop and get gas and then go home and start supper. So, anybody watching, thank you. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll talk later.